How about now? Can you hear me? All right. Taking a second here, get all the technicals worked out. This is the first AMA. Ask me anything. Kudoken. I'm going to bring up the Discord here. All right, give me just one more moment. What's up, Mateo? All right, cool. We're up in this. Got Joyride. All right, let's get started. So this is Kudoken AMA number one. First off, thank you for being here and sharing your energy with us. Oh, what I want to do, this is going to be the first of hopefully many AMAs. I'm Gabriel Rogers. Some of you know me as Blake Mack. Too many other names to list right here in a 1 hour Q&A. I'm the co-founder, project director, chief operations manager of Kudoken. I own Kudoken LLC, Team Zombie, Dirty Dabs LLC, and facilitate the design engineering role for all the companies within. I wrote the Kudoken white papers, the website, run the teams within our ecosystem, minted the token, created the tokenomics and roadmap, developed the blockchain mechanics, created the application. I'm also the lead video game design and created all concepts for Remove This Interactive Mining. I know it sounds like a lot. It was a lot of work. I haven't slept much, as some of you know, who've been faithfully interacting with me at all hours of the day and night while I've assumed the primary voice of the Kudoken airdrop. But this is all not in vain, as here we are, listening week. Uh, we stand in an interesting time in both blockchain technology and the world as a whole. A lot of things have changed in 2020 due to the pandemic. As we saw rising from the ashes like the phoenix, the cryptocurrency market and blockchain technology made itself prevalent. Because of a multitude of circumstances, including but not limited to GME, GameStop, AMC, broad adoption of Robinhood stock application, Bitcoin price increase, crazy amount of altcoins that were being broadcast into the crypto ecosphere. Um, Attention quickly shifted to crypto and to blockchain. This rush ignited the shitcoin or meme coin craze that we've seen, speared the crazy NFT sales and prices, and demanded attention for regulations and reform, which we haven't seen the end of yet. With China cracking down on miners, the SEC being criticized and abated for their lack of sanction and reform, looming USDT debacle that has a dark cloud over the entire industry. The next few months and years are going to be really interesting and incredible to say the least. Um, though these might seem like terrible, scary things for retail investment, and it may seem like there's a lot of uncertainty inside of the market right now, especially if you look at what's going on with Ethereum at the current moment. I see it as the shaking out of an unregulated technology that's primed to be overhauled for the mass adoption that's going to come. In the same breath as they warn you about the negatives of cryptocurrency, they tell you about the future of adoption, which has China creating a digital yen. It has the US constantly talking about getting it right when talking about the digital US currency and market regulations. Uh, and then the future of market adoption in hedge funds shows with about $312 billion and an estimated 10% of liquidity that a lot of the bigger hedge funds like Grayscale have allocated towards cryptocurrency. We're entering a new time where crypto projects are headed into an upswing. Increasingly, crypto projects are announced. Airdrop social media blitzes are starting to become recognizable as Twitter projects like Baby Dodge and Rocket Boys plow the comment section with the frequency and veracity of young Raid Shadow legends. Facebook conversations are showing flickers of bravado as recent crypto earners tell everybody who will listen about their favorite projects. And the NFT sector is literally on fire right now as artists are minting some of the most amazing work, whether it be visual, audio, or motion art. The move into the VR, augmented reality, and video games sector is starting to take center stage, and the technology will only continue to rise. We start to get further into this. I started this conversation with an introductory overview as the Kudoken community is already growing, with some of our early adopters taking their first plunge into the world of blockchain. So it's important to provide as much information as possible as to the thoughts behind the actions and kind of why we're doing what we're doing. We aim to be extremely well versed in our core community, and in order to facilitate the methodologies behind what Kudokan ecosystem is all about and the structures. It's definitely easier for the aspirations of a project when the community understands what's going on, especially during turbulent waters. You know, things where stuff that we just talked about, regulations and reform are going to come in. And when people believe in the project and understand where everything's going, it's going to make some of those hiccups or some of those drawbacks a lot easier to deal with. Transparency is key in the understanding of, kind of what our goal is and where we're at inside of the process. Not only in blockchain technology, but in the Kudokan ecosystem. Kudoken is a blockchain ecosystem utilizing the ERC20 utility token as a rewards voucher redeemable for goods, services, merchandise, and blockchain NFT media. In operation, Kudoken members will receive Kudokens by way of video game mining, entertainment platform participation, so things like watching the shows, going to the events, interacting with the Discord, using the raffle or racing games in the application, things like that. And so as we get further into this and you start to see the circulation of Kudoken going out and moving through there, you're going to see, kind of these different spikes or these different plateaus that we level off at going in. So today, basically, I'm going to open it up for some Q&A. We're just now getting some people kind of tuning in. I got bread rolls in there, manning on the Discord, making sure that I don't miss any of the questions there. And then I can see the YouTube right now. So I'm going to basically open it up to any questions. We'll go over some of the more frequently asked questions, stuff about CoinGecko, stuff about Etherscan, Coin Market Cap, Bitcoin Talk, the ANNs, remove this rollout, the Discord upgrades, kind of everything in between, and then we'll see where it takes us and kind of what time we're at. So I want to open it up first off, starting with questions inside of the YouTube and Discord. I know we got Joyride in here. Joyride said, "What's up? Way high." You got to know that the Discord, the AMA voice channel is locked. Uh-oh. So give me a moment here. See if we get this worked out. Perfect. Looks like we're good on the voice commands. All right. So now I got both the YouTube and the Discord channels. So you can ask questions on either one. Uh, Blaze, Avalon, Bread Rolls are in. Looks like Joyride's still having trouble speaking. So any questions outright starting out? Is there anything you've been hankering to know? Mateo's good. He's currently here to listen. Awesome, awesome. And if I don't get any questions starting out, I'll just start blazing into it. So let's talk a little bit. A lot of the questions have been, why can't I see the logo on there? Why is it so hard to get into Uniswap to be able to import the token? Some issues with people being able to actually purchase the token because of Gwei. So we'll go over a little bit of places where you can look at and then talk about when kind of all that alignment will happen. So the first thing is the registration on Etherscan. In order to register on Etherscan, what's up? Okay. Looks like we got a question also on Discord. Uh, in order to register on Etherscan, you have to launch your project first. Once your project's launched, then you go in and you take control of it. They actually ask you the question, "Hey, what's your coin gecko?" Which is really funny because you can't register on CoinGecko until you have your stuff registered on a approved either DEX or SEX, so centralized or decentralized exchange. And until you're approved on there, you can't do any of the registrations. So it's kind of like this gridlock of where there's all of these pieces where they want you to already have the other piece done before you do the piece before it. So it's been really fun and interesting to navigate. We have all of our applications in right now. We are currently waiting for the replies from CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, EtherScan, and the registrations for all of the stuff therein. As soon as we are approved on those, we've also put in the Uniswap application for approval to be added on, but they actually want you to be approved by CoinGecko and Coin Market Cap before they approve you on Uniswap. So it'll be interesting to see which one finishes first. I put in all of the applications, done all the paperwork. We are registered. We are also registered in the state of Oregon as a LLC for Kudoken Ecosystems and for Team Zombie. So you can look up all that information, as well as I'm going to have that information on GitHub so people can check out the registration numbers. Just helps add to the legitimacy and understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, you know. Um, so let's take a look at the question we got in. Are the games, casino, horse racing going to be in Discord or on some other application? Great question from Joyride. So the games, uh, some games will be available in Discord depending on kind of what you're thinking of as games. We have a trivia bot that's about to come in where you're going to be able to answer trivia questions in kind of a trivia blitz. And it'll be the first to a set number of points gets the server currency. Then you can take that server currency and purchase airdrops, and then the airdrops will give you Kudoken. So that's what will be available on Discord. As far as remove this, the casino partnerships and the horse racing game, Monkey Jockey 3R, those are going to be their own set applications, but they will live within the Kudoken ecosystem application, which will be available for PC, iOS, and Android. So you'll be able to go into the Kudoken ecosystem application, which is where the staking will be housed, the membership card. You'll be able to watch Kudoken live on there for the live events, which the next live event that we have coming up is on Friday, the 23rd for bare knuckle boxing. Paige Van Zant, Northwest representative, Oregon Stand Up. So we're going to be showing those on the application as well as the shortcuts to remove this and Monkey Jockey. So you'll still have to have the Monkey Jockey and remove this applications downloaded on whatever platform you're using, but you'll be able to launch them directly from inside of the Kudoken ecosystem app. So you only have to go to one place to get kind of all your content. As well as I'm working right now with Discord in order to try to get Discord embedded into the Kudoken ecosystem app as well, so that you can go to one place for all things Kudoken related. Great question. Uh, Mateo says this should get us more attention. Hey, right now it's all about crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's so that we're in line for when we get that attention, so that people can go and reference the things that they need to be able to see the legitimacy of our project, the benchmarks that we have, the goals that we have, and then also to be able to find out where they can get things, get the application, get in to remove this, do the different stuff. So I was under the impression you can only buy KDU with ETH. I was able to buy more today with DAI. Very interesting. I know that there are wrapped abilities inside of Uniswap, so that might have been what you were finding right there. Yeah, DAI stablecoin. That might have been what you were running into right there. I know that Uniswap now offers the ability to wrap things with their wrapped ETH and then be able to make purchases on there. But I definitely want to check into that. So I'm going to go on after the AMA and take a look at what the purchase is and what you got there. Of all the many features, elements of Kudoken, which are you most excited about? Blaze, I am a diehard gamer, and I had been playing with different ways to get a video game out before. This is actually the third video game that I've developed. Uh, this is by far the most intense and the most interesting and the most advanced game that I've gotten to put my hands on yet. Let's take a look real quick. I have the preview application right here, so you guys can see. Boom, we're in. Let's see, am I holding it? Go. Let's take a look right here. Can you see this? Ooh. That's definitely what I'm most excited about is watching as those Kudoken come popping out of the aliens. I think it's gonna give a whole new meaning to getting rewarded for playing games. So they always told me, oh no, you'll never be able to play video games for money in your whole life. And look at right here. My mama can see me now. Great question. Let's see what else we got here. Anyone can make a liquidity pool. Maybe somebody created a DAI pool, or watch out for fake KDU. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I definitely want to check into is find out exactly what's going on, because the only liquidity pool that we've set up currently is the ETH pool. But like I said, there are a lot of different options and ways to be able to do things. So we're definitely going to take a look. Yeah, it is awesome. It's super cool, and I'll tell you what, Hamza and RevDiv are amazing at what they've done. The they're able to communicate in a way that they just understand. Gamers kind of understand other gamers, and Hamza's a real gamer. RevDiv team are real gamers, so we're putting together something that's going to play exactly the way that we want it, and it looks fantastic. So when you have the rewards of looking, when you have the cryptocurrency coming out, when you have real gamers who are behind the games, that's when things get really fun. Let's take a look here. What's up, Nicholas? See, brother. So let's jump back in here. So talking a little bit about the rollout for Remove This. We're about 30 days out right now. I just actually got back some pretty cool Remove This stuff. I have 3D modelers, independent freelance 3D modelers who are doing other pieces of the game, and then Hamza and RevDiv are putting those elements inside of it as well, just kind of doubling and tripling down on all the effects and all the abilities that people are able to do. And so I just got back the drops. So that's what our weapons packages and supply crates look like for the drops. And then I believe people saw the alien. Oh, now I'm a little fuzzy. Better stop messing with it. I believe people just saw the alien rollout that Abic did. Man, he's an absolute beast. So all of these elements are going to go not only for Remove This top down slash third person variant, which is Guns and Aliens, which is actually a prequel, but we're making the first person shooter directly after this. And all of these skins and textures and characters and everything are all being created for the larger game as well. So they'll fit into both. Let's take a look. Mateo said, I noticed a day or so before it went live, there was a transfer of 125 million KDU. I'm assuming into the pool that would have happened if people would have bought more than was in the pool. Assuming. Oh, okay. So yeah, the 125 million is the first pool that we put out, the first liquidity pool. When you launch a token, you back the token directly with an amount on the other side, right? So depending on how much you put inside of the liquidity pool on one side, you have to back it with the amount of liquidity on the other side. So when we first started talking about how much liquidity that we wanted to put inside of KDU for the IPL, the initial public listing, because we didn't do an ICO, an initial coin offering. We didn't do an IPO, an initial private offering. We didn't do any private sales, nothing. Everything is completely crowdsourced by the community or paid for directly by the team. And right now the bill stands at about 100K large that we put in on the token just out of our own pockets. And that includes the buy down for the property in Hawaii. So when we transferred over the 125 million, we had to put the amount of ETH on the other side that propped that up in order to be the start price that we were looking for 0.0001, which is what was requested by the community to keep the price as low as possible in order to get the most amount of rise inside of the value of Ether behind the token. You also have to know, since we're an American company and the SEC's regulations right now are very scarce. Basically, what they've done, or the standpoint that they've taken, is a hands-off approach. We're not going to tell you to do it. We're not going to tell you not to do it. We're going to refer you to a forum in order to get any type of support. And if we find out that you're doing something that we don't like, we're going to come after you. That's what the SEC has said. So the best approach when talking about uh, a currency or a system that you're launching off a blockchain inside of the United States of America is to make sure that people understand that this is not sanctioned by the SEC, that this is not backed up by the federal government in any way, shape, or form. It's not FDIC insured. So I can't make statements like this is an asset. I can't say things like this is a stock. I can't say that this is an investment because it's not. This is not a stock. This is not an investment. This is not sanctioned by the SEC. And we're a token rewards system that is meant and created to be utilized within our rewards ecosystem for direct sales and NFT purchases and different things like that. Right. So that doesn't mean that we don't have to have the ability to purchase the tokens, right? So the purchasability gives you the ability to be able to increase the amount of tokens that you're utilizing. We chose to use the decentralized exchanges in order to pass along the token. With that, we become backed by a liquidity pool of Ethereum. Ethereum is not an asset in the United States of America. The SEC does not regulate Ethereum. The FDIC does not back Ethereum. So Ethereum is its own separate entity. And the Kudoken's value price would be based off of Ethereum for you to be able to purchase it. So when you said, "Oh yeah, I know that you said that it was only available for purchase by ETH," that is correct. As of right now, we are only listed on the decentralized exchange Uniswap, and we are only backed in a liquidity pool by Ethereum. I hope that kind of clears things up and kind of answers the question as well at the same time. So when we backed up the token, we put in 125 million on one side, we put in the ether amount that it needed to be, and that set the price at the equivalent USDT equivalent, United States dollar token equivalent of 0.0001, which would be the same equivalent in the US dollar token as USD if you were to use a centralized exchange in order to turn it to fiat currency. Um, I was impressed with how the price shot up in the first hour. Absolutely. There's people who are really excited about the project, as excited as we are, and the energy showed right there in that first 24-hour period. And it's going to continue to show as people start to see our energy and start to see the project and the different mechanisms come out and all the awesome stuff that's about to happen as we start to cover the concerts and as people start to catch along that we got bare knuckle fighting championship to say that it was okay for us to broadcast as of right now because they don't have any corporate payments or anything. They've only got one app. They're an up and coming brand. Kudoken is all about emerging technologies and all about emerging businesses and events, really. We're really excited to be working with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We're really excited to be working with Mountaineer Discs, who is joining the disc golf circuit in order to be one of the major stops on the Pro Disc Golf Tour. They are talking right now with us about getting a reward system set up for not only rewarding people who are purchasing the discs from their disc golf shop, but also to be able to utilize a wager system and give out Kudokens as a reward for contests and events and the Pro Tour. So these are really, really cool things that are emerging that people aren't doing quite yet that we're at the forefront of. That we've been blessed to have business partners and really cool sponsors that are inside of industries that are really exciting. So we're not only going to showcase the awesome business partners and stuff that they have, but we almost kind of work as a system of showing what's cool, what's hip, what's moving right now. It's hip hop, right? Are there similar issues related to partnering with 420 companies, given that it's also not federally legal? Or does having KDU not SEC backed make it okay for 420 given it's not an official currency? Great question, Dylan. So as of right now, we approached the OLCC, who's our governing board in Oregon for the retail consumption of marijuana, and they told us, hell no, you guys can definitely not receive cryptocurrency for marijuana, medical or otherwise. Which was exactly the response that we expected to get. So we have a system set up right now, which is going to allow the conversion of KDU once we've reached our maturity price, or our price of maturation. We have a system that's going to convert it back into fiat currency in order to be exchanged directly at power plant. That's in the works right now, and that's one of the things that we haven't. We've tried to make sure that we're not making egregious statements and that we're not coming out and promising things that are on the burner right now, that are simmering, that are getting ready to come out. So we haven't written that down, but that's definitely what the intent is to use something that's very similar to what the Bitcoin ATMs are doing right now, or very similar to what Cello Gold is doing, with their almost Cash App like ability to convert things via exchange, um, and then be able to purchase direct for 24 crypto. As of right now, though, we are allowed to do anything that is 420 related. So paraphernalia, glass, dab mats, slicks, pretty much everything but batteries, uh, pretty much everything except for the usable flour. And then also CBD products. CBD products are allowed. Great question. Um, Is Ethereum value changes, does KDU value follow precisely? It does. And you know what's funny is you can kind of watch, as of now, you can watch the market if you go and look at the trending lists. Somebody was looking at it earlier and texted me and said, look at this. It's almost like every single one of them is following the exact same curve, because all of them were dipping at the exact same curve. Even Ethereum follows Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin dips, a lot of times you'll see that Ethereum dips in the exact same manner. Even though they try to say that there's an altcoin in Bitcoin season. I don't know if you've seen that. I think it's God, what tool is that? Altcoin season DEX. Let me see if I can actually bring this up. Open a new window. So look at this right here. They try to say that there's an altcoin season DEX, right? And that right now we're in Bitcoin season, which means to buy Bitcoin right now because it's really, really low, right? They're saying it's not altcoin season. But I mean, honestly, right now, Ethereum is dipped. The use case on Ethereum versus the use case on Bitcoin. I don't know. We won't get into that conversation. You know how people are. Um, is it the altcoin year? No. All right. That's interesting. So, I mean, there's a lot of ideas and practices and principles that people use, but you'll definitely see that if Bitcoin dips, it's definitely going to go down, and if Ethereum dips, as of right now, being an ERC20 token, then we'll dip with the Ethereum as well. Great question. Thank you, Joyride. Mateo, I noticed the value of KDU is holding tight at 0.00044. When testing, not actually, and that's the USDT conversion that we're talking about here. When testing, not actually selling, if I enter my whole amount of KDU to sell, there's a price impact of 20%. Is that because of the liquidity? I don't fully understand that question. When testing, not actually selling, if I enter my whole amount of KDU, to sell, there's a price impact of 20%. There shouldn't be. You should be able to sell it for whatever it's showing at the listed price. Um, so yeah, that's really interesting. Get with me in the Discord. DM me in the Discord. I want to see what you're kind of talking about and see if I can shed some light on it, and I'll also do some tests afterwards and see what I see. But yeah, it should be selling at whatever the point of what you're putting on there is, or whatever it's showing um, as the sell price. You notice though that it's averaged, right? So it'll show you what the top price is. If you go on like any of the exchanges, let's say you're on crypto.com and you try to sell something and it says that the price of Ethereum right now to buy it is 1800, and then you go and you want to sell it and it says that it's going to sell it for 1730. You go, well, wait a second, it says it's 1800 right here and it says it's 1730. I actually called crypto.com and asked them about the discrepancy in between, and they said that what it is it's the median price between the range of what's selling and what's buying. So if you look at an exchange, right, let's use KuCoin for example, just because I like the way that they show their buying and selling the right underneath the purchases. So this is KuCoin's KCS. It's their coin. So you can see the order book, right? And so you see how there's an average that's right in the middle there. From what they tell me, that's the price that you're going to get. This is the price that you're going to see, and this is the price that it's going to sell at. So whatever, or maybe it's opposite. But whatever the average in between those is probably what you're seeing right there. Let's take a look here. Bitcoin is freaky nasty crypto. When it dips, they dip, and all dip. Yep. So they say that Bitcoin is the gold standard, and that's why they say that nothing can pass Bitcoin because everything fringes off of Bitcoin as of right now. Talking a little bit about the inception of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was the first one, right? And Satoshi Nakamoto said, hey, paper money is bad because you can copy it and there's no way to make sure that it's the actual money. So he said, I want to create something digitally that we can track. So he started looking for a way to be able to do that. He found a dead technology. It's called blockchain, just to make this really quick. That dead technology was made at the time to back up emails because emails weren't secure at the time. The emails then actually got service providers. So they no longer needed the technology because they were verifiable based on the service providers like Gmail and stuff like that. Not at the time. At the time it was like Juno and like all that stuff. You guys know. But once they found this technology, they put the coin to it. They were able to ledger on the blockchain, and thus cryptocurrency was born. Several years down the road, Vitalik and Gavin and Charleston and all of them came along in their Ethereum quest, and they said, hey, we want to make Bitcoin even better. And they found a way to host applications on it. The hosting of applications was known as the smart contract. So that's kind of where everything came along. And that's why Ethereum was basically forked. It was, I mean, it's a representation of what Satoshi did in the beginning, right? It's a follow, it's a copy, but it's just a copy that has the ability to host something. And so I believe that that's why they consider the market to have to dip and ebb and flow with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the measure, the mark. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll talk definitely later on Discord. The video you shared yesterday covered that well. I think many smaller transactions to sell is easier to get through. Yeah, especially with right now the amount of people who are buying and selling, there's not a lot of liquidity inside of it, right? So when they're talking about selling high amounts of coins, right? Let's say that you have 900 Ethereum and you want to sell them all. You can't just
transfer all those Ethereum over at one time and then press sell, it won't sell at that same price. As you start to sell out of it, the price is going to dip and the price is going to move while you're doing it, unless there's a big rush for people to buy at the exact same time, right? And that's your level of resistance. That's what they're talking about, is that level of buying versus selling that is creating that sway inside of the market. So if you're the only one sitting inside of it and you have all the coins and you decide to say, okay, go ahead and sell, if there's nobody there to buy at that price, then it's not going to sell. It's just going to sit there stagnant inside of the orders going, hey, does anybody want this? Right. So right now, being an early adopter inside of a cryptocurrency, this isn't a cryptocurrency or this it being an early adopter inside of cryptocurrency is not a good way to be able to move around liquidity back and forth one to another. Because what you're doing is you're basically saying, hey, I'm backing this project. I like what's going on with these guys. I think this is going to be successful. So I'm going to push in here and I'm going to diamond hands it and hodl and hope that this project lifts off the ground. And that at the end of it, I go, hey, check that out. I bought Dogecoin at 0.0005 and sold it at 75 cents. That's the goal of getting in at that bottom level, right? And so you're waiting for the project to complete some of those project goals in order to have those fireworks that go off, those milestones that go off to create the demand to be able to fulfill the orders at whatever your target price is for a crypto investment. And we're talking crypto investments here right now, right? Remember, we talked about Kudoken's not sanctioned by the SEC and that it's not an investment. So we definitely wouldn't be talking about Kudoken. But as far as cryptocurrencies and as far as the way that liquidity pools work and things of that nature, that's what it is. It's supply and demand. Great question. A lot of really good questions right now. So yeah, if you were trying to sell off stuff, you'd want to do smaller transactions in order to have somebody there to buy it. What up with Polygon Matic? Will there be two types of KDU in the future? Boomba. Nobody had asked this question yet, and I was waiting. Yes, so there will be. Kudoken Matic will launch. It is going to be a direct representation of Kudoken ERC20. It is fully on the Matic chain, which is awesome. Because a lot of people aren't on Matic chain right now. A lot of people are calling for it. It's highly in demand. We're kind of at the forefront and one of the first ones out there on it. I mean, there's a lot of projects that are on it, but you know what I'm saying. They have a good wealth of projects, just like Polkadot and everything, but not a lot of them are launched, and not a lot of them are kind of filling that void of being the first ones out there and propagating that marketing, that advertising avenue. So Matic is a great token because of the layer 2 solutions and the very low gas fees. So people will have the ability, once EIP 1559 happens, they'll have the ability to pick whether they want to go with the ERC20 token or the Matic token, and whichever one they pick will burn the opposite one as it burns back down to the goal, which is 1 billion. So you can think of them as direct representations of each other. They burn each other, so it's basically like there's still 1 billion that's in circulation. BKFC all day. I'm excited for that Van Zant fight. It's gonna be awesome. Frisbee golf, disc golf. It's one of the number one growing sports. I think that it's made the last 2 years in a row as the number one growing sport in the country. So it's really cool to be at the forefront of that, and also to have a partner who's so excited to be able to show different capabilities of currency, of token rewards currency. So I'm super excited about that and about the wager system. Power plant, you know it. Shout out Max and the power plant crew. It's 6 of one, half a dozen another. Selling all has a higher price impact and may require more slippage, but selling smaller quantities means multiple transactions, meaning, yeah, that very good point, Dylan. Very good point. Uh, Easier to sell, yes. At least 9 gas fees every transaction. Slippage does suck. Uh, Price has gone up. Um, yeah. And maybe that means that Ethereum is going up as well, or there could have been a purchase. Depending. People might be watching the AMA, know that we're really about the business and that we're about to have a lot of fun. Kudoken ecosystem is all about fun and all about being where the fun is, from games to wager systems to raffles to just the community enjoying each other through live events and through different things. We're really, really dead set on getting out there in the community and showing new bodies who haven't been exposed to blockchain technology the wonders and the fun of blockchain technology, the abilities of blockchain technology to help with tracking on different levels, right? One of those really big things is the NFT market. Right now, the NFT market's being glorified directly because of the ability to sell things for an extreme amount of money, extreme amount of ether. Is mainly what it's going for. But what NFTs are really going to be popular for is the ability to be able to track once you've sold a piece of art. So let's say that you sell a song on iTunes or whatever media platform that you're on, and you sell it for 199. And then that person who bought it for 199 goes out and uses it inside of a game or uses it inside of a movie or plays it out at a DJ club. You're going to be able to track where those plays were coming from based on the ledger of the NFT, based on the use of the NFT. And so it's going to help artists track and get their royalties for the art that they should have been being paid for the whole time. There's countless stories right now of rappers who are coming back at Atlantic and at Artisan Records, saying that those guys and Sony saying that they have been stealing money for them for years, and that they've finally been able to track some of it and bring some of it down because of the internet, and saying, yeah, no, look at where they were using this the entire time right here. I haven't been paid for any of this. And Sony right now is settling, I can't remember how many odd millions or billions of dollars worth of lawsuits that they're getting from artists who've had their likeness stolen for years. With blockchain technology, some of that can be circumvented, and the hope is that almost all of it will be. So really interesting. Skills is basically next door. Let's get them to use KDU as rewards in their games. Lol. I don't know where skills is or what skills is, but absolutely let them know. Let's get them in. I'm about to have a part of the Discord or a channel of the Discord be created in order for suggestions. We want to know, what do you guys think is awesome? What does the community want to use? What areas are community members in? Where should we be targeting? Where's the best places for local small businesses to get in with the Kudoken, where they're going to be able to find other people who are utilizing the system to be able to reward them. So definitely skills sounds like a good idea. Let's go with it. So let's see, is there anything else that I fully wanted to cover? Coin market cap, we're getting on coin market cap, but they're a little bit harder to get approved for. So hopefully the CoinGecko and EtherScan stuff goes through. I just had to do a couple updates for EtherScan. They sent back something and said that they couldn't verify, and so I sent them a wealth of information that should satisfy them. So hopefully we'll be uploaded on EtherScan, have the Kudoken Energy Ball added on. As well, we just got the brand new shout out bread rolls. Just got the brand new Uniswap link that automatically imports the KDU address. So that makes it a lot easier for people to be able to find stuff. There's a bunch of updates happening to the website. I actually haven't even been to the website right now to check it out. So you might be able to go over there and see some stuff that I hate and that I'm about to change, or you might go over there and see some stuff that I haven't seen yet that I think, oh man, that's going to be the way it is. I see art becoming much smaller piece of NFT pipe. NFTs will track properly vehicles, wine, spirits, collectibles. Yeah, there's a lot of warehouses that are taking advantage of NFT blockchain systems right now for tracking of, like you said, goods and stuff. A lot of fruit is being tracked by non fungible. Um, but I believe that there's going to be a large use case in all scenarios for NFTs. I think that as systems start to adopt it and as infrastructure and hardware devices are built based off of it, the tracking abilities of blockchain is where it shines. It really is. I want to put KDU down for a home down payment. You know what? I'm going to work with my buddy Adam. He's a realtor, and we're going to see if we can make that a possibility real soon. That once we get the gusto behind us, let's talk about tokenomics real quick. So when you're looking at the tokenomics of a token, you want to look towards what's the maximum supply, right? What is the amount that's going to be out in circulation once everything is fully matured? Um, One of the first big letdowns that I had is right after Binance Coin blew up. I jumped into Crypto.com and I thought, oh, Crypto.com is going to be the next, Binance Coin. They're a good token. They got all this stuff and they're talking about a burn system. And this is right before they burned the 70 billion or whatever it was that brought them down to where they are now, which is at 30 billion. Um, and I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be a great look, right? And then it came up to about 25 cents and headed off, which wasn't the gains that I was looking for. And I wondered why. Why would Binance go all the way up to $600 at maturation that we've seen, $300 right now? Why would they be so much further up above something like Crypto.com, which has an exchange and has the same types of things? And then I started looking at, okay, well, Binance has a chain and all of these different things. But what I soon started to realize is that it wasn't about the amount of tokens, or excuse me, it wasn't about the usability of the token as it was about the amount of tokens. So it took a lot more liquidity inside of the market in order to raise the price. Right. And that's where we just started talking about the 125 million that we put in when we originally started out with our liquidity pool. Because I think your original question actually was, well, what would have happened if somebody came in and bought all the tokens? Well, what would have happened is the price would have kept on rising. As you purchase more tokens, you put more liquidity on the other side of it, raising the price, and you take out liquidity from one side as you raise it up. Right? So you're putting more backing it here and you're taking the availability over here out. So it's making the price of everything go up and up and up as the scarcity starts to increase. So looking at the difference between these tokens or whatever, you start to go, okay, well, if I have one that's got 30 billion or if I have one that's got 10 billion, what's the difference in those? And so looking at something like Cardano, right, which is at that 10 billion mark or right around there, you start to see that it's at about $2, about $1.72, and it's already fourth highest inside of the top tokens, right? So you got Bitcoin, which nobody can beat Bitcoin. We just talked about that. You got Ethereum, which Ethereum's right on the backside, and the usability and all the coins that are based off of that. That's kind of hard to dethrone, right? You got Binance Coin, which we just talked about, and there was a big movement towards Binance with Pancake Swap and all of that stuff. And then you got Cardano coming on the back. So there's not much room for stuff to grow once you get up that high. Once you're sitting at your market cap that high and you're almost at your maturity and you have a lot of your tokens out in circulation, it starts to tell the tale of where that's going to be able to go. And when you saw Dogecoin jump up to number 5, right? And it was still only sitting at 75 cents, but it didn't have very much room to grow any further. It was going to overtake the kind of the top dogs, right? And then you look at its market cap and you look at its circulating supply and you look at its maximum supply, which is infinity, and you go, okay, well, this is going to be really hard to move at that point. So understanding right now that Kudoken's maximum supply is based the same off of something like Polkadot. Polkadot has 1 billion, in fact, a billion point zero four in their total supply. Polkadot, without any parachains launched on it or any stuff in it, just the liquidity and the idea that Gavin Woods is the one behind Polkadot, was already trading at $25 and had the ability to go up into the 40s. And it's because of the excitement behind the project, the liquidity that Gavin had to put behind the project, and then also the belief that Polkadot can be very successful because of their scalability and all the things entailed inside of it. So understanding that Kudoken, with the maturity of all of our mechanisms and mechanics and things inside of the ecosystem, with the adoption from business partners, with the all the awesome things that we have built in right now, we have the ability to get the ether amount of liquidity behind us that would be needed to be up there with the big dogs, right? So that's just a little bit of background and understanding on what you're looking at when you're seeing Kudoken sitting at the 0.0004 mark right now. Talking about early adopters, if you're in Kudoken right now, you are absolutely at the bare minimum of where you could be. That's an early adopter. So we are at 57 minutes right now of our 1 hour time. I enjoyed this. I hope you guys got some information out of it. Um, is there any, let's see, 4 beers a day? I bet that offer drives demand. What are we talking about here? As soon as CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap go through, we'll definitely get our attention. Brewery in Boston, I think, made an NFT where the holder gets 4 beers per day for life at any pub that serves their beer. That is awesome. Yeah. And man, that could ruin your life real quick. Are there any burn plans? Yes, we do have controlled burn systems that are going to be announced after the year 1 roll. Those controlled burn systems will be for liquidity that's not making it out of systems. Let's say that some of the liquidity that's promised in one area isn't coming out of the system, then we'll do a controlled burn inside of that system in order to raise scarcity, as well as get the tokens into circulation. Uh, as far as burn systems that are happening right now, remove this is actually partly a burn system. So in remove this, it's going to drop live tokens. This is a first of its kind mechanic. And what's going to happen is when you're shooting at the aliens, a live Kudoken will drop into the video game. You have to run at that and get that Kudoken before it disappears. And it's going to be a Kudoken bundle, so it could be anywhere from 1 to 50 tokens. Uh, you have to run and get that, and all of the enemies are going to try to attack that area as well to protect it, to stop you from getting to it. So you're going to have to figure out a methodology to be able to get in to get the token. If you don't get the token within the amount of time, then the token will burn. And also, if you die before you get the token, then the token amounts burn as well. Really cool. What's your personal price prediction for 1 year from now? That is an excellent question. Um, I don't know. I am honestly not sure. We could very well hit maturation extremely soon if the programs start to come out and the video game takes off and all the cool stuff that we have planned. I mean, the ecosystem's so exciting because of all the variables, because of all the different things that we have going on inside of it. It's really hard to know what's going to happen next. Uh, I have a lot of secret plans, if you will, that are revolving more around my capabilities inside of the blockchain Eververse. A little bit of a background on me. I'm a journeyman electrician, IBEW electrician. I am a Bixby certified registered design engineer. So I'm a telecom design engineer. So I do telecommunication spaces and server racks and fire alarm systems and access control, security, all of that. So I deal with the server side of this technology, and that's what got me so interested in cryptocurrency almost immediately. Is when I saw what they were doing, I went, "Oh my God! Well, we're going to be building server racks all the time. Like this is going to take so much." As soon as all of these uh, uh, oracles and protocols start to happen, and they start to be their own intranets where they're housing their own stuff, they're all going to have servers to house all of their individual marks, and that's where we're going to come in and we're going to make money hand over fist. Uh, and so then I started looking at it even more. Went, oh, wait a second. So not only that, but this is actually incredible technology. It's about 2 3 years ago. I went, this is a incredible technology. I definitely want to see not only how it's going to affect my own business as being part of Allied Systems Northwest and installing servers and everything, but what can we do? So he said, "Guess." I don't know. I literally don't know. I think that we're gonna hit the USDT $1 equivalent very soon. I would say within the next couple of months. That's my guess. Uh, but it'll be interesting. It could be it could be tomorrow. Who knows? What is the energy consumption impact of our token? It is literally just your cell phone. That's what we went after with the mining process. Wanted to make sure that we weren't catching any of that bad hype, especially because I'm in renewable energy. So the more gamers fail, the more price goes up. Yeah, you better hope people are terrible at the game. And I'm making the game hard. This isn't for rookies. There's going to be easy ways to get it. There's also an auto mining system that's built into the game because it was pretty funny. I had a meeting with a couple guys, Josh and Corey, and one of the things that one of them brought up, I can't remember if it was Josh or Corey, but he said, that they're going to have little children in China inside of a sweatshop sitting there forcing them to play your game in order to get the Kudoken out of it. And I thought, oh God, that is the worst thing I've ever heard. And no, I totally didn't think about that. So we immediately built in an auto mining system so that the children can be free. Free the kids out the cages. Let the children be free. Uchi Vega. Lots of questions in the Discord. Uh-oh. Well, hold on. Let's take a look at what we got going on. You guys want me to go overtime? We're at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So just know this was the end of our regular session. If you tuned in for the regular session, I want to thank you for being here. Hashtag energy is currency. You guys know what it is. We're gonna go into overtime right now, and I'm gonna take a look and see what we got going on in the Discord. Uh, the casino games. Yep. Of all the many features, elements, you excited about anyone? Yeah. Awesome. I want to be able to trade tokens for herb. Me too. Or for Binger's art glass. That could definitely happen. Shout out Binger. Let's get him in there. It would also be rad to camping gear for Kudokens on the Big Island with ozone locks. Yep. So we are looking at having some camping equipment, some different things like that that'll be available in the raffle. section. We are doing a raffle application. This is kind of the announcement right here. I've actually been working with somebody right now on this, but we're doing a raffle application that is very similar to what KuCoin Lucky Raffle has going on. We're looking to partner right now with a couple of different storefronts to be able to offer some really cool high-end demand products for people to be able to come and raffle off. And then we'll also have secret shoppers who will go out and get us things that we think are cool to add into the wagering system. So camping gear is definitely one of those things. I want a Kudoken hoodie. They're coming out. Get it, Rush One. Bug him, but no, they're coming out. They're going to be up on the website. I talked to Ash Frawl, who is our web designer. I talked to him earlier about getting the Woo Trade up and running on the website so that we'll start being able to accept Kudoken for all sorts of various cool stuff, all the way from skateboards, hoodies, uh, uh, hydro flasks, um, puffy hats, the fitted hats, or the snapbacks. Just a host of different really awesome stuff. And that's directly through Rush One. If you've seen his work, then you know. Um, Piggybacking on Erica paying for a campsite. Yes, so that is in the mix. I know that you guys have heard a little bit of word. We are in escrow currently right now on property in Hawaii. That's co-founder Jesse Sponberg. This is his dream. It's for Flashtown. Flash was his dog, so it's named after his dog. Rest in peace. Miss you, Flash. But we're going to dedicate an entire animal sanctuary after you in your honor. And so this will be a timeshare property. You'll have to be a staked holder and pick your basically staking time of where you're going to go, of when you're going to go. And you'll have to hold your staking up until that point in time when you've actually gone to do your visit. Hopefully, you stay with the community after that and you're not just using us to get to Hawaii. But if you do, hey, it is Hawaii. Uh, let's see what else we got. What's the idea of the name badge or NFT membership thingy? So the idea is that we have 3 tiers. Let me see if I can bring up the business partner packet. I don't know if you guys have seen this business partner program. Yeah, this is it. Let's go ahead and share this. Strategic Business Partner Program Packet. This is the SBPPP for those of you who are into acronyms. Talks a little bit about what Kudoken is, the reward system, and all the good stuff. This is what the business partners, the strategic business partners, get given in order to kind of understand what's going on. The tiered reward system. Here's the parameters. Tier 1 rewards. This is the elite partnership level. So the discount via membership card. So this is a discount that is offered to Kudoken members who have a staking Kudoken card. And it can be things anywhere from free shipping to specific items that you get discounts off of to free things that you get to go and do just for being a Kudoken staking member. And that's what the membership card will be good for, is for this tier 2 discount. Also, it serves as a direct NFT. So it will be held in your NFT wallet on any NFT wallet that you want, MetaMask and others, as well as we will have a Kudoken wallet and stuff coming up once we hit maturity. So basically, a lot of things change once we hit $1 equivalent USDT through the decentralized exchange liquidity pool, knowing that Kudoken is not an investment. Token rewards contribution for this membership level is 30. So you can see that membership for direct business partners starts off at 10,000 KDU annually. that this is for direct sales if they just want to take it and just sell item for item. This right here is 30,000, and that's giving us direct benefits, direct benefit membership packages for our Kudoken holders. 1 billion. And Dylan just asked how many KDUs. And then the tier 1 rewards package at 50. And this is a direct goods or service that is for a specific amount of KDU. That is an astonishing deal, basically. Something where you can go in, pay 1 KDU, and get something that you wouldn't be able to get. And then we also have our special direct Kudoken partner multi-location partners. And so this is something like what Mountaineer Disc Golf is doing, where they're a direct sponsored business partner, and that we're going to be doing some really cool stuff with them in their emerging business. Yes, yes, Dylan. I hope that you're seeing that. That's why I have to be I have to be very diplomatic in the way that I express because I don't want to. We want to under or under promise and over deliver, right? I don't want to sit here and sound like some kind of salesman, because that's really not what we're doing. This is really legit what we're doing. The reward system is awesome. The video game is awesome. The stuff that we've already put in, the amount of money that I've spent on this project already, with absolutely no expectation other than to have a lot of fun with everybody and to be able to bring you guys something that I think is absolutely amazing. Um, is really just that. So I set up the tokenomic structure. I created all these mechanics. I melded this ecosystem to be something that's absolutely bigger than anything that I've seen done so far. Just to say it out loud. Uh, and the ideas that Jesse and the energy that Jesse brings, and the awesome stuff like Hawaiian timeshares and animal sanctuaries. And I don't know if you guys have caught on yet, but Wildcat Ridge Sanctuary, which Kudoken directly sponsors through the philanthropy mechanics and aspects, has Joe Exotic's tigers. So literally, Kudoken sponsors the abused tigers from Joe Exotic. I mean, the stuff that Kudoken does is absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely ridiculous, and we have Jesse's energy and vibe and thought process to all of that. Between the two of us and between what the energy that Kudoken Logan has brought, the amazing talent that Bread Rolls has brought to the equation. Bread Rolls is 15 years old. 15 years old. And he's the one who's managing the entire Discord, who created all of the integrated hyperlinks and all this stuff. He's the one who's giving a lot of the ideas to the video games and to a lot of the stuff. He's the one who launched all of the airdrops. He's the one who launched the actual token. I mean, pretty amazing stuff. You also have to know Vitalik, when he created Ethereum, was 16. So we got a phenom as well behind us. Happens if somebody tries to buy 60 million and there's only 54 million left? Well, then we'll be in really good shape, and we'll add liquidity. So what'll happen basically is that I'll add liquidity into the liquidity pool, which I can do at any point in time, and it'll affect the price at that point. It'll bring the price down a little bit as they start to go in, but I won't let it get that low. Not meaning 54 million. I'm just saying I won't let it run all the way out. As they start to buy that 54 million, the price is going to shoot up and shoot up and shoot up as it's going there. If somebody buys 54 million of it, then we'll be talking about a different situation at that point in time. We will have hit the mark. We will have hit the benchmark. We will go into the next phase, the year 2 through 5 phases of Kudoken, and yeah, a lot of things will happen at that point. Yeah. What happens if somebody tries to buy 50 for a million? Yeah, they're gonna get a fail. That's funny. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, and the NFT membership um, card is an NFT, so it's a collectible. It's gonna be cool. See how many people get. Should KDU remain inexpensive or does it need to become more valuable? It will become more valuable, and when it becomes more valuable, then our ecosystem comes out. So the plot and plan of KDU is to be able to turn into the governance token and validation token for the rest of the Kudoken ecosystem. We have the Shoryuken that's scheduled to come out, and some other really cool technical tokens that haven't been announced yet that are from my mind. I have some really interesting technical tokens that I think are really going to change the game, and all of those will be housed on the Kudoken blockchain as soon as we get to that point. As of right now, we're just in the token reward system portion of it. But when KDU is no longer suitable to be used as a direct sales token, that's when it branches off and um, has something come in to take its place. Great question. Um, like, does the expensive token allow us to do more good work? Yes, it does. Well, the validity of the ecosystem allows us to do more good work. So the advancement of liquidity behind the token shows the reward system and uh, infrastructure success. And once the infrastructure and reward system are successful, then we'll be venturing off into the next phase. What are the benefits of your premier sponsors to the sponsors to KDU holders? Just like any good sponsorship, it's kind of a give and take. It's more of a partnership, right? But we usually would then put our name on each other's stuff, so that's where the sponsorship aspect comes in. But it's more of a partnership. What can KDU do for you? Basically, in the idea of Mountaineer Disc Golf, what we could do is provide them a direct reward system. They now don't need to go and look for a reward system like Best Buy Rewards or something like that. Instead, they're going to directly use our reward system in order uh, to do stuff for their patrons. Um, as far as for KDU holders, it's going to give us kickbacks and it's going to give us free stuff. It's going to give us exposure to things. It's going to do a whole bunch of different things. That part of the SMBBB, uh, that portion was modeled after the entertainment book. And I don't know if you remember the entertainment books that your mom used to carry in the purse, the big gigantic, and it have all the coupons in there, and you can flip through it. I'm having a entertainment book that's created right now. On one side of it, we'll have a full color printout that tells about the business, what they do, and a picture of them and everything. And then on the other side of it has the actual coupon rewards that they offer and the membership level. I may be jumping the gun here, but with staking arrives, any plans to have KDU only or stablecoin pools or only LP pools? We're playing around with all of that right now. Right now, we're going to start off with just a proprietary KDU pool. But of course, as the ecosystem grows and develops and things like that, I mean, as the adoption happens, the desire to go into ventures like having other coins and exchanges and doing more becomes available. Becomes it only makes sense at that point. Just because if we can do everything, why have anybody go anywhere else? That's kind of what the ecosystem is about, right? The reason that I say that Kudoken is very similar to Polkadot is that when we chain, we become a private chain, not an open blockchain. So we're not asking other developers to come and develop on our blockchain. Instead, we're providing the source of what we want people to do and what the interaction levels, kind of going to be within that. So yeah, that definitely, I would be very interested in branching out into all of that. Flash was the dog. Boom. Sweet, sweet pup. We have photos of our kids with them. That's awesome, man. Shout out Flash. When is the next concert slash live stream event? The 23rd on Friday, bare knuckle boxing featuring Paige Van Zant. That's gonna be awesome. I think she's from Eugene, right? I don't want to say that wrong. I'm pretty sure she's from Eugene. Next concert is Twisted Insane, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I have all of the concert flyers and the ones that are going to be marked as live events being uploaded to the live events page. So you should be able to go to the live events page on Kudoken.io. I don't know if it's up right now. I haven't talked to Astro since earlier today. Um, but there should be banners showing what events coming up next and then small thumbnails underneath it showing what we've sponsored and which ones are going to be showing live. And then the idea is that all of these lives, including these AMAs, are going to be streamed directly to the website. This one wasn't, just because I didn't have enough time. I've been doing so much trying to get everything done and crossed and filled out, all that good stuff. It's a lot of it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work coming into it. Spent a lot of long nights, a lot of heavy days. It's a lot of fun though. It's the main thing we need from our sponsors: exposure, get the name out. Yeah, it's all gonna kind of be one hand washes the other. It will be. It'll be one hand washes the other as we start to climb. And then Jesse and I have been talking about it a lot lately. Is critical mass. Critical mass is when you're going to kind of see that tipping point of when the adoption goes to full swing and kind of hit over. And it'll be interesting to see when that critical mass hits. That's why when you were asking me the question, when do you think it's going to get there, or what do I think? I honestly don't know, because it'll be when that critical mass, when the inertia um, pushes all this momentum through, and when people catch the energy. It's literally exactly that. People feel the energy, and when people are feeling the vibe, and when we get our turn in the spotlight, we're gonna take that opportunity. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna run with it. Maybe when the video games launch, maybe before then. Um, all I can tell you is we've got a lot of energy brewing, an awesome community, a heck of a team putting it down. Jesse's out there campaigning his heart out, driving around the country. Logan's out there putting the word out in Canada and reaching out to business partners and just scrubbing the floor. Bread Rolls is over here coding and doing everything that he can, keeping an eye on the Discord and implementing stuff. And then me, I'll be lucky to sleep 2-hour shifts every single day, 2 to 4 hour shifts. I'm up all night because a lot of the people who we're working with are in Pakistan, Bangladesh. I've had over 40 developers work on this project so far, all the way from the Ukraine, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the United States, of course. And so, I mean, it's been one heck of a ride to getting all of these things coming up to fruition, and we're getting really, really close to the implementation, rollout, and beta phases. Super awesome. Where is it? 617. The top holder hold 54 million. I'm assuming that is the Kudoken pool, correct? Yes, that sounds right. The top holder is 54 million, and that's for the Kudoken. That would be in the Kudoken pool. Yeah, I'd imagine so. You all of that information is on Dex Tools. So you should be able to look at the DEX tools and see exactly where we're at. I'll be real honest. I don't check the prices or watch the market or any of that other than to make sure that it was up and that it was stable and that it was going. Now, what my job is to get everything done, get all the T's crossed, get all the I's dotted, get the information out there, get the Google ads running, get the next airdrop campaign running, get the Discord stuff implemented so that we're ready to go with the trivia bot, with the giveaway section, and with the move over from the server tokens to actual Kudoken so that you can cash those in. So those are my real main concerns right now. Um, it's kind of like I'm running a race and I don't want to look behind me because I don't really care how anybody else is running. We're either going to win the race or we're or we're gonna die trying. We're gonna run out of breath running. So I know right now that I'm in the lead because I don't see anybody else around me. So my job is to complete the mission, get everything done, and push the energy to currency. Exactly as Erica just said. Wrong 617 question. Boom. Let's go back up. Will the NFT have lifetime usability with potentially new perks added later that may not have been thought of yet? No, the NFTs are quarterly. And so you get a quarterly NFT, or you can do a 1 year NFT, and that's a special NFT. And that NFT will offer all sorts of different stuff. We're going to give different merch and early access to stuff, and kind of that's the shining star right there, the people who want to commit for a full year and show their allegiance and show that they're community, they're down. Those are the people who are going to catch that reward, and then all the other NFTs will be collectible for 3 month periods. First 500 NFT will come out with it's already made and everything. It's already created. It's really cool. And it actually gives a big shout out to one of the Joe Exotic Tigers. So I'll give you that hint. It's a Joe Exotic Tiger NFT for the first 500, showing off Wildcat Ridge Sanctuary and the awesome tiger that they have over there. It's one of a kind. Never seen any tiger like it. And that'll come out with the app. Looking good. I don't see any more questions firing off. So uh this has been a good one. We're about 30 minutes over. Some great questions. I hope that you guys got the answers that you were looking for. Obviously, you know right where I'm at. If you need me in the Discord, if you need Jesse's on Coffee and Bong Hits every single day, all the way from 10 p.m. to 11. I am on there every Thursday. Um, so you can find us. Bread Rolls is in the chat if you need him for anything, or if you have any Discord questions. Kudoken Logan is always around out there looking for brand new businesses to bring into the fold. Um, hey, we love you guys. We enjoy it. Energy is currency. We're on our way right now. Listing week is continued. Let's get that coin gecko, the ether scan, all the stuff down. Feel free to jump on Bitcoin Talk. So Bitcoin Talk is our ANN announcement. There's been some questions in there and some other stuff. Let's get the forum rallying with a couple of members. Feel free to go out there, spread the word, spread the message, share the link, tell people about the website. I found that letting people know, a lot of people have kind of felt slapped by Dogecoin right now and stuff like that. So when they meet you in person, they almost feel a little bit better. So um, the old shaking of a hand and looking in the eyes has been a great way to spread the message. So be sure to tell people who you think would enjoy the reward system that we are here, that we're out, that we're about to have a lot of fun. I dig it. Hey, thank you very much, Dylan. Thank you very much, Erica. You guys are rad as well. I appreciate you. Hashtag energy is currency. It's the Kudoken.